All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to your practice. Today is the intermediate session. It's a little bit more stretching and a bit of more of a workout. But just do what you can. Go ahead and center yourself. Trying to listen on the inside. Following your breathing. And let's get started. First, go ahead and work your neck over your left shoulder and your right. Slowly. Back to neutral. Flex your neck up and down. Back to neutral. Rotate your head. And in the other direction. Back to neutral. Work your shoulders a few times. And in the other direction. Back to neutral. You want to hold your elbows. Switch your arms to the left as you look over to the right. So you're stretching your arm to one side, looking over the other side. It's a little confusing. Right. Now let's release. And let's get started with some simple asanas. Start with mountain. Keep your feet together if you can. Otherwise, both keep it apart. Your arms should be gently locked at the elbows. Breathe through the top of your lungs. And slowly release. Get into a stance. Point your left foot to the side, right inside. And we are going to try the triangle first. So you're going to lean to the left and down. Trying not to rotate the hip as much as possible. on a horizontal plane, okay? It should just move in a vertical plane. Just go down as comfortably as you can. Try to relax the legs. Yeah, come back up to vertical. Shake your leg and try. Yeah, triangle on the other side. So right side, right foot to the side, left inside. So your whole body is going to stay flat and facing the front. Arms parallel to the mat, and you're going to reach down to the right. Yeah, come back up to vertical. So kind of warming up now. Get back to your stance and point the left to the side, right inside. Take your hands to the back, and you're going to lean down towards the left knee. Letting go of your trunk with each exhalation, head down. And you pull on your right wrist. Yeah, come back up to vertical. Try the same on the other side. So right foot to the side, left inside. Hold your left wrist as you bend towards the right knee. Come back up to vertical. Shake your leg. All right, now a slightly more intense posture. So go back to your stance. Left foot to the side, right inside. Keep your feet slightly apart this time. Trying to bend that front leg at the knee. So your shin is vertical and thigh as parallel to the mat as you can. And then you want to reach down and stretch your arm overhead, look over to the ceiling. Release. Come back up to standing. Shake your leg. Let's try the same thing on the other side. Right foot to the side and left inside. You're going to bend that front leg at the knee. Now your hips are rotated actually. They're not going to stay. Well, they're rotated a little bit actually. And then you want to reach down and take your arm up. You want to try to avoid the hip. Sorry about that. Let's release and come back up. So if we don't do this on a daily basis, obviously it's going to be hard, but nonetheless, we're going to try whatever we can. Now, let's practice some more standing postures. The tree, and you can try different variations. And we're going to try the classic tree with your left foot first on the right leg, right thigh, eyes on the ground, hands in prayer position. And release. Take your leg. Try the same thing on the other side. Now you're ready. You want to shake your let go of your leg and come back to standing. Try the standing chair. So it's the Utkatasana, right? That's how it's called. So you want to bend, keep your toes behind the, knees behind the toes, arms in the front, parallel to the mat as you stretch the back spine as much as you can. And slowly come back up. Shake the leg. Back to your stance, and this time, hands on the mat. Okay, keep your feet slightly apart, okay, so that your spine can be as parallel to the mat as you can. Starting with your left hand centered between the 2 feet, take your right arm up into a twist. Look up at the ceiling. Release. Now, right hand centered between the 2 feet and left arm up. And back on the mat, hands on the mat. Lock your hips in space. Walk the fingers away, head down. Lengthening your spine as much as possible. And walk back to standing. So your heart is beating a little bit more than your gentle yoga session. That's how this intermediate session is going to be. Let's do the shoulder stretch. So go ahead and place your left hand on the back, right hand from above, reaching down. Interlock the fingers. Point your right elbow up to the ceiling as much as you can. As vertical as possible, your right upper arm. Engage the top of your lungs as you breathe. And release. Okay. Now let's try the same thing on the other side. So right hand on the back. Position it as high as possible. Left hand from above, reaching down, interlocking the fingers. Breathe through the top of your lungs. So you do this typically, this is called the Gomukhasana, the cow face. You do this as you are in a seated posture. And then as it gets you a good shoulder stretch and rotation, even as we practice it standing. And slowly release, shake your arms. Now, let's try the sun salutation. Okay, we're going to try the full sun salutation. It's a little bit more of a moment. And start with prayer position. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, standing forward bend. Inhale, just raise the trunk, stretching your spine, and then into Chaturanga Dandasana, which is on all the fours. And then exhale, stretch on the mat. Inhale, upward dog, and downward dog. Bring your right foot ahead into hero. And from here, Chaturanga Dandasana, and exhale, stretch on the mat. Inhale, upward dog, downward dog, and left foot ahead into hero. And back to Chaturanga Dandasana, and stretch, exhale. Inhale, upward dog, and downward dog. Hold and breathe 5 times in the downward dog. And bring both the feet ahead as you keep your spine up and stretched. And releasing your spine down or back down into standing forward bend. Inhale, back bend. Back to prayer position. Let the breathing settle down. And release. Let's get to standing on the knees. Knees about hip width apart. Take your left hand on the, place your left hand on the left heel and right arm up into half extended camel. Breathe as much as possible, utilizing most of your trunk, not just the abdomen. And release. Try the same on the other side. So right hand on the right heel this time. Left arm up as you push the hip out to the and release. Good stretch. Now you want to sit down in Vajrasana. And you want to lean forward, resting the forehead on the mat. And the arms out in the front, letting go of your shoulders. Back up to Vajrasana, get into pigeon, seated on the left side as you stretch the right leg to the back. You can work your hip joint a few times before you settle down. Use your arm in the front to push up your back or prop up your back. Take your leg at the back, see if you want to stretch a little bit more. And you don't do this often, obviously there will be some cramping, so don't push against it. Now try the pigeon on the other side, so you're going to sit on the right side. Stretching the left leg to the back, sitting up. Nice deep breathing. Yes, if you want to stretch that leg at the back. Right. And sit down. Into easy posture. Try the twist onto the right side. Left hand on the outside of the right knee and to the right and back. Nice deep breathing. Engage as much of your spine as you can. You want to create movement along the spine as much as you can. Back to neutral, and you're going to twist to your other side. And back to neutral. Now let's get into a squat. Start with sitting on the toes and then slowly lowering the heels down if you can. And then hands in prayer position, pushing the knees out from the inside, keeping the back up, lengthened. And hands on the fingers on the mat, walk the fingers away, head down, stretching. And back. Now we're going to try the what is called as the Bakasana or crane. Okay, so you have to start with hands in the mat as you prepare yourself for the squat. Keep your hands apart slightly, okay, wider than the hips, and then lock your elbows into the cheek of the knee joint. And you want to shift your weight onto your arm, leaning forward, and see if you can balance on the elbows. However long, it's a good posture to strengthen your arms. Now, let's get back to the mat. Practice the Supta Baddha Konasana. So you got, feet together, dropping each knee to its side, letting go of your lower back, breathing through the top of your lungs. Slowly bring both the knees up. Drop both the knees to the left side and stretch your right arm to the side. Look over the right shoulder. Back to neutral. Knees in the air. Drop both the knees to the right side and look over the left shoulder. And back to neutral, both knees in the air. Stretch your right leg out and pull the left knee into your chest. Apply a healthy amount of pressure. Breathe well. Now, hold the left toe with your left hand, so the hand comes on the inside of the knee, and you're going to stretch that left leg out as much as you can, as you also place it to the side, again, as much as you can. You're going to make yourself some space on the wall. And release that left leg out on the mat. Pull the right knee into your chest. Hold the right toe with your right hand and coming on the inside of the knee. And you want to stretch that right leg as much as you can and as much to the side as you can. And release. Okay. Stretch both the legs out on the mat. You're going to do the forward bend, seated forward bend, Paschimottanasana. And you're going to do it a little differently with some dynamic movement. So stretch your arm out to the back. And then slowly as you inhale, the arm up to the vertical. And then once it is past the vertical, you're going to lift the trunk up and slowly come into seated forward bend as much as you can. And then next time you exhale, going back, releasing the arm again behind the head. Try a couple more times this movement phase of this posture. Next time you're going to hold the posture. Take your time to settle into the posture, letting go of your trunk and head as you exhale each time. And slowly letting the back unbuckle into onto the mat. Bring both the feet up, knees in the air, arms to the side, palms down, feet about 2 feet apart. Inhale, raising the hips off the mat into Setu Bandhasana, which is bridge. Try to keep the thighs parallel to each other. To deepen, you can prop up the back with your hands. Breathe through the top of your lungs. And release. Stretch your legs out on the mat. And then turn to rest on the trunk. Let's try the cobra. Keep the fingertips in line with the crown of your head or slightly ahead. Elbows tucked into the body. Inhale, push the chin out on the mat, lifting the trunk up into cobra. Try to keep the shoulders low and elbows tucked into the body. Slowly releasing. Now instead of Shalabhasan, we'll try the Superman version. Stretch your arms out to the front. Inhale, lifting trunk and arm up as well as the legs up. Hold and breathe. Okay, release. Now turn yourself to rest on the mat, once again on the back. Let's warm up for Sarvangasana. Let your breathing settle down. After Shalabhasan, which is a back bend, keeping your lower back stretched on the mat, fully flat. Raise your legs and bring them to the 45-degree mark. Hold and breathe. Lowering. Now we are going to try the half candle stand, half Sarvangasana. Or for those of you who can, the full Sarvangasana. To start with, you got to support the trunk with your hands. So the trunk at an angle is half Sarvangasana. Trunk vertical, full Sarvangasana. Slowly releasing the trunk one vertebrae at a time as much as possible and lowering the legs down. Let's practice some Shavasana. Slowly coming back up to a seated posture. Let's end the class with Uddiyana. Lean forward at your legs. Expel the air from your body and pull up the diaphragm into the back of the spine. Try it one more time.